I am not the biggest Dune fan. Heck, I thought the first movie was just good, but I still had a lot of problems with it. So going into part 2, I really wasn't expecting much from it, but boy was I surprised. It's almost as if the director heard all my thoughts of what I didn't like about the first movie and just fixed all of it in this one. Dune Part 2 was amazing, and I'm sure you've heard this by a ton of people by now. But let's get into what I liked. Again, we have a stacked cast, and the acting in this one was so much better. The characters actually had some development, and I actually cared about some of the characters this time around. My favorites being Paul, Chani, and Gurney, which they all give really good performance in this, but we also get Austin Butler as the new villain, and he is really good in this one. But also, we get Florence Pugh with little screen time, but what she gets, she eats that up. I also didn't know Christopher Walken was in this, and hearing him talk always makes me laugh. Last movie, I didn't like how flat, boring, and orange this movie looked. Well, all of that was fixed for the most part. Not only was the cinematography amazing in this, so many freeze frame looking shots, but I love their use of black and white when we see the House of Harkon's homeworld. Not only that, but we get to see a lot more world building with them and how their people are, and also their technology. The costume design and set design in this movie was fantastic. Some of it looked like it was inspired by H.R. Geiger's art. Also, everything Florence Pugh wore was elegant. We also get a lot more world building with the Freemen, and we get to learn a lot more about them and all their culture, which I really like. A lot of them think Paul is the one. They keep on saying as written, and I kind of thought that was kind of funny. But this puts a lot of pressure on Paul potentially being the Messiah to them. The action this time around was sprinkled throughout the whole movie, and we got a lot of it. I really enjoyed the action this time around, and the explosions were awesome. Some of the fights were more personal, with it being 1v1, and then others was squads taking out a bunch of enemies. Like them taking out the Spice Harvester, which was really cool to see. Some of the battles were bigger in scale, and these were amazing to see, especially near the end of the movie. I think the choreography was a lot better this time around, and the fights were really well done. But I will say, Bautista's fight scene is pretty lame with how short it is, and also his character is a big coward, and I think his character is kind of wasted in this. But other than that, seeing Paul take on a lot of people and also getting in some duels was super intense and awesome to see. Hans Zimmer once again doing a great job with music as always. While I do still wish these movies would actually still show us the importance of spice, like them actually using it, instead of just telling us how important it is. There were also a few parts that dragged just a little bit, but nothing like the first movie. This film is a cinematic spectacle that needs to be seen on the big screen. I enjoyed it a lot, and this is why I give Dune Part 2 a 9.5 out of 10. If you guys like this review, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more, hit that follow button. And as always, thanks for watching.